Amazon account is up and running now. We are selling our formula officially. It's amazing stuff from Europe.
Made in Germany. Sold in America.
Highest standards there are. In America, the standards haven't been updated since 1980. It's super weird, like older than me. In Europe, they update safety standards basically every year. This formula is top notch, great for the stomach, great for constipation. This is a great product. If you happen to want to purchase it and join us on our journey, then grab the link in the description. If you do and leave a review for us, send me a screenshot at vinandsori@gmail.com of your review after you have received the product. We will put your name in a hat. Song reviews are going to come out by some of the people that have left reviews. Don't forget to send us a screenshot of your review once you get the product. Now a word from our mascot dressed as a pirate, Fuji.
It's a deal of a deal.
We are in the Christmas spectacular.
Yes. Negative Vibes is
big
putting on
homie.
our Christmas stream tonight.
One of the more positive members of the village. Negative Vibes, for sure, for sure. Shout out to the homie. We are, as advertised, doing a Sufjan Stevens Christmas extravaganza. We just did O Come, O Come Emmanuel, and now we are doing Coventry Carol.
Yep.
I have never heard of Coventry Carol, so this should be interesting. This is a brand new to me. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
He said this is a fairly straightforward take on the original 16th century English carol, except that it features a musical solo played on a saw.
A saw.
A saw. I think I like the minor key carols the most, he says.
That's a very metal Christmas, subhanAllah.
Yeah.
Playing on a saw.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
I've ever heard this song. Actually, I'm looking at the lyrics.
Yeah, well, maybe it's because it's English and, we're Americans, so we're still in rebellion against the crown, unfortunately. All right, let's go. Sufjan Stevens, Coventry Carol. Let's do this ish. Get these lyrics here.
I like those visuals. Can you put the visuals back?
Oh, okay.
If you can.
The visuals instead of the lyrics. I just want to. Is this the right version? My brother.
Negative.
I'm hearing this. Okay, this is the right one. Okay, I'm gonna start over. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, we'll start over. Ready, go. I've never heard this carol before.
I have
somebody
never
said it
heard
was
this.
somebody said it was their favorite one.
You're kidding me. Wow.
Yeah, maybe
It's sad.
This is what happens when you're when you're not plugged into the classics. Yeah, it's that's one of the interesting things to me about Christmas. It's like presented as this
Jolly,
like happy, you know, happy kind of moment in the calendar. And I
so much reflection that goes on.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember as a kid, we've talked about this, like having like little tinges of sadness in Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Like when it was over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm still like that. I literally don't want the tree to come down and the lights to come off it.
Yeah.
I like seeing it when I go down there. You know what I think too? Like a song like this, hearing this on Christmas when you're sitting in front of the tree and enjoying the lights, or in front of the fire, or with family around, like I feel like that the sadness kind of gets like evened out a little bit if you have, you know, some of those positives there. But wow, that's a you know what it reminded me of? Remember that song that about Hush Jael?
Hush Jael, yeah.
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 Kind of reminded me of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard it before.
Yeah, it's a real grungy. I mean, if you really look at what's going on, like it's a really grimy holiday, man. You got this teenage girl that's pregnant. You got this, you know, they're making this very treacherous trek, and people are out to kill your kid, and like, you know, just for the uninitiated, you know,
Yeah.
Jesus, we believe, is God, becomes one of us, but he doesn't incarnate in a palace, which is what a lot of people were expecting to do. He shows up, you know, they choose the poorest of the poor, and so, you know, like, there's just a lot of real. There was this one,
And his means of entry too, because God could just plop a baby down
Right.
on the ground, but like to have it be birthed and everything.
well,
like,
yeah, the early Gnostics said that Jesus basically phased out of the Blessed
yeah,
Mother's,
they didn't
you know.
want to. Yeah, I think,
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like it's a really actually a very grimy scene actually, and if you've ever been to a childbirth, God, like it's just, it's weird. Like there doesn't seem to be that kind of like weight in the Christmas celebration. There was this one movie, and it just focused completely on Mary and Joseph and the trek that they took. I forgot the name of the movie. It came out like 10 years ago, but it just focused on Mary and Joseph and the trek, and it really just showed you like, yo, man, like that was a real. And then when you look at Mary, like Mary was a gangster, man. Like that to do that, 9 months pregnant. Basically be in a pig trough, have your kid out there, like that's just like really grimy street metal type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah, absolutely.
It's weird though that and I don't know if it's because of the, you know, I've only experienced Christmas in America. We didn't really have a big Christmas thing in Jamaica.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We had like a dinner or something like that, but we never really had like a Christmas thing with the presents in the tree. Like we didn't do that in Jamaica. It wasn't like a religious thing either. It just wasn't. It wasn't like we're purposely not doing. It was just not the custom at the time. So when I first came to America, we had no expectation of Christmas present and any of that shit. We had no idea. I didn't know what that was. We just woke up one day and there was all this shit under the tree. Like we were like, what is going on?
Yeah, that must have been a crazy experience.
Oh my god, it was the worst. When we had Nintendo, Atari, Power Wheels. Like
I remember you listing off all those toys, but I never like factored in like you didn't know. It's not like kids that are like wake up to their parents because they want to open the gifts.
Yeah,
you saw the tree. You thought, did you like the tree?
Yeah, it was the Nativity. The Nativity Story was the name of that movie.
Yes.
But yeah, like I don't, and I always have a problem. Like, you know, I was talking to Dorian about this. Like, I'm not a very big ceremony guy, so. sometimes, like a lot of times, like I'm trying to understand the significance that people pour into stuff like graduation. Like that's why like certain like career things where it's like that they don't make a big deal about like, you pass there's no big deal. It's like, okay, you're in, here's your next thing or whatever, or you do something great. There's no big, it's like, okay, we just like, I've always tried to figure out like why is this so meaningful to people? You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, well, I mean, it's Christmas, dude. Like, I mean, you're a Christian. I mean, like these, our fathers established these holidays. I'm like, yeah, but part of it is stuff like this. Like, we generally don't sing songs like this, like where we're talking about Jesus being a poor baby and Herod and his folks killing all these little kids.
Yeah.
And and then it says that woe is me, poor child, for thee. Like, that's like real, like grimy, like, yeah, man, that's how it was. Like, there was a lot of hope in this kid. There was a lot of excitement about what he was going to do, but there was also a lot of real difficulty and real danger and real, like, human evil. And principally speaking, anytime you introduce a principle of good in the context of an evil principle, people are going to die, because evil always wants to maintain power and control and tyranny over other people, and in order to maintain that, you always end up killing people. Wow. That's just, especially when you get to the political level. And so it's fascinating because in the previous song we talked about how initially Israel was essentially an anarchist state, and asking for a king or a federalized government was perceived as being bad. Then you fast forward to Jesus, and what do you have? You have the king, which was really set up by the Romans, to be honest with you. But because you had a federalized king system, you have this king, and now he's actually fighting against the guy that's supposed to save you. Like, so there's a lot of things like political theory. There's a lot of shit that goes into this story that doesn't get talked about. It's just, oh, he was born in a manger, isn't that cute? And here's a donkey, and oh, the donkey bowed down, like the Catholic lady would tell. Oh, the donkey was bowing to Jesus in the thingamajiggy. Like, it was a really cute picture. Like, and I loved it. And age appropriate, whatever. But I'm like, I don't know. Maybe the holiday would have been a lot more meaningful to me if we like talked about the grime and the grit and the bravery of Mary. And I agree. And the fact that, like, and even Mary in her Magnificat, where she accepts that she's going to be the mother of the Messiah, she's like, yes, this is a time when God is going to destroy our enemies and exalt the humble, and crush the people in high places. Like, she was extremely political. Like, she was massively political. It wasn't like, oh, Merry Christmas to me. Like, she was like, this is going to have some serious political ramifications here. So, and so did Herod. Herod thought so too. And now you've got Christmas is completely divorced from what's happening. You got a Christmas that's completely devoid of understanding that there's tyranny in the world, and Jesus came to end tyrannical rule, and we have a job to do as far as ending like, none of that shit comes to mind on Christmas. I'm not trying to be a Scrooge. I'm just saying, like, when you go back and look at old school songs like this, you get the feeling like, okay, here's some weight and gravity to this story. It's not just about a cute baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, shoot, I forgot.
Yeah, he got some seriously nice Christmas presents, I guess. Well,
plus I think it would have been really healthy.
He got you for Christmas. I think he's eternally grateful for that, for sure. Go ahead, what you were saying?
I don't know, that interaction. I was starting to think about that one. I don't know, I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Okay, what do you give the song?
I am going to give this I think, that's what I was going to say. It would also be really good, I think, for girls to be able to hear on Christmas, like, here's the story of this girl. She was 15. You know what I mean? Like, to hear, like, what she did.
She was
not
tough.
in, like, to hear, like, that. I think that would be really cool for them. I guess I would give this one boy. because I've never heard it, that's what it's going to give it more points, because it's like this was a miss. We should have been hearing this. I'm going to give it a 9.8.
I'm going to give this one a solid 9.4. I've never heard the song before, like I said, so I didn't know what to expect, but I really appreciate how grimy this song was.
I agree.
And it was real. And I appreciated that. Okay, more Christmas Bonanza coming your way. I think the next one's going to be called The Worst Christmas Ever.
Oh no.
We shall return, dear listener.